June 8, 2020, a torso badly mutilated floats into view along Philadelphia's Schuylkill River. 40 stab wounds, no legs, no ID, just horror. Within days, what seemed like a random tragedy would unravel into one of the most shocking and hate-fueled murders the city has ever seen. And at the center of it all was someone no one suspected. Dominique Rem'mie Fells was more than a name in the headlines. She was a 27-year-old artist, a dreamer, a bold spirit who carved her own identity in the face of a society that often looked away. Known for her custom wigs and fashion designs, Rem'mie lit up every room with color, sass, and unapologetic self-expression. Her mother, Terry, described her as more than a daughter. She was joy in motion, and to her friends, she was the creative glue holding their community together. But the world wasn't always kind to Rem'mie. As a black transgender woman in America, she carried the weight of two marginalized identities. Still, she moved through life with energy, resilience, and style. On June 6, 2020, Rem'mie paid a visit to someone she'd known for over 3 years, Akhenaton Jones. Their relationship was complicated, at times friends, at times lovers. That night, she entered his Powelton Avenue home for what seemed like a familiar visit. Witnesses at the house saw them head into his bedroom and never saw her come out alive. By the time those same witnesses returned, the room was covered in blood. Rem'mie's lifeless body lay sprawled on the bed. Jones was eerily calm. No call to 911, no explanation. Investigators were called days later when Rem'mie's torso was pulled from the river. The sheer brutality of the wounds, more than 40 stab marks and missing limbs, left even veteran detectives shaken. Assistant District Attorney Ashley Toxilowski would later call it one of the most savage and hateful crimes she'd ever encountered. The police had no ID, no suspect. But everything changed when they traced Rem'mie's last known location, to Jones's home. Jones didn't stick around. He vanished. For months, theories spiraled. Had someone else lured Rem'mie into a trap? Was it a hate crime by a stranger? Jones's defense team would later argue that another man killed her and forced Jones to cover it up. But even early on, investigators weren't buying it. The break came with a search warrant. Inside Jones's home, blood everywhere, a knife, an electric saw, a white hazmat suit soaked in blood. Surveillance footage sealed the case. It showed Jones dragging a trash bin stuffed with trash bags out of his house and into a white van. Later, that same van was seen near the Schuylkill River. Then came the DNA tests. Blood from the knife, the saw, the suit. All of it matched Dominique Fells. There was no one else. It was Jones. Jones was arrested in Los Angeles on November 9, 2020, after 5 months on the run. Extradited back to Philadelphia, he faced trial twice. The first ended in mistrial, but in June 2025, a jury finally saw through the lies. They convicted him on all charges: first-degree murder, abuse of a corpse, possession of an instrument of crime. Justice, yes, but not peace. Dominique's mother still feels the hole her daughter left behind. The Philadelphia LGBTQ+ community mourns the loss, but also recognizes a deeper, systemic issue. Dominique was one of over 370 transgender individuals murdered in the U.S. since 2014. Most of them, like her, were black women. Her death is part of an epidemic, a crisis ignored for too long. Dominique Fells' life mattered, and though her killer now sits behind bars, the true work of justice, of protection, of equality has only just begun.